What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Beautiful sunny day out here in Florida. Today we're going to be looking at a slightly different topic on this channel. Today the goal is to take apart the throttle body and get that cleaned on my 2016 F-150. It's been having some issues with some rough idle at stops, stop signs, stop lights, stuff like that. So one of the issues that I've read can cause that is needing to clean out that throttle body. So we're going to look at diving in, taking that apart and getting it cleaned up today, and kind of hopefully that'll solve our problems. I'll throw a couple of videos in here just referencing the problem, and you can see a short clip of like it actually, you can look at the tachometer and see that it's dropping power and kind of revving up, doing weird stuff when I'm idling it stops. So I'm having this issue where it starts fine, it runs great, but when you go at a stop sign or stoplight, every now and then when you come back down to an idle, it'll kind of hesitate and kind of struggle, almost wants to lose power. And then yesterday it actually died completely at a stoplight, having that same issue. And it doesn't happen all the time, just kind of randomly it seems like. So I did a little research, and it sounds like maybe it could be the throttle body needs to come off of there and clean it out. Anyway, we're going to take a break from the old Skiff today, mainly because I'm waiting on some parts for the projects that I'm doing, and we're going to take a look at the old F-150 today. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you'll be able to gain something from this video still. Either way, I appreciate you just hanging out, coming along for the ride. So here we go. All right, first thing, we're gonna get this hood popped open. See what we're looking at. All right, so what we're looking at, see if I can get a good angle here. It's getting down into here to get this throttle body removed, and so we just got to take off a couple things, get down to that part, and see how it goes. All right, so first thing we're going to have to do is undo this intake pipe and where it connects on both ends. And what we're trying to get to here is the throttle body piece right in here. So I'm going to get the tools I need and start undoing that. There's a couple, see if you can get an angle here to view, a couple connections to take off right here and right under here. And then once we get the throttle body disconnected, you got to unplug it as well from the electronics there. So let me grab the tools I need and we'll dive into it. All right, so we're gonna get this piece off. And we can undo these connectors. Let me go get some gloves. loosen this side first. That's off there. That's loose from there. Let's pop this hose off. And we'll see if we can get this unplugged. There we go. I never really used one of those clips before, so that was new to me. I was pushing the wrong side of it. You live and you learn. All right, so we got 4 bolts holding that on there. And our computer connections here. Let me move this out of the way. All right, we're trying to get this clip out. Really? Up. All right, let me look at that a little closer. All right, I'm gonna get this part, these 4 bolts out, and then work on disconnecting the electrical part. All right, got that off. Gonna grab a rag just to put in there so nothing falls in there real quick. I got my shop rag, just gonna put that in there so nothing will fall in there. And let's see if we can get this. Yeah, look how dirty that is. See if we can get this disconnected now. There she goes. All right, so we got it off. The inside does look pretty dirty in there, so we'll give it a good cleaning and hopefully it'll fix some of our issues with our weird idle issues. Let's get it into the workbench and give it a cleaning. All right, well, welcome to the workbench for the day. Here's our throttle body, and this is the cleaner I got. It's a Berryman air intake and throttle body cleaner. I'm just doing this outside because I've never used this stuff and I'm not sure how what the fumes are like, so we'll just do it outside in the open air and go from there. So let me get you set up on the tripod and we will get after it. All right, so we're going to give this thing a good spray with this this stuff here and get it all cleaned up. Light scrub to get some of that grime off there. Probably gonna have to spray a few times. There's some good gunk in there for sure. It's always a good sign when you go to clean something that you think might be causing issues when it looks really dirty. It always makes me feel better just to be like, okay, this definitely could be our problem. When you find something really dirty, and on the boat, it's more like the corrosion and things that you find. And then when I replace those parts, it's like, yeah, no wonder it wasn't working. So this will be a good test to see how this affects the performance of that idling on my truck. We'll sort of get stuck that end. All right, so definitely so much better than it was. A lot cleaner on both sides. Let's go ahead and reinstall this and see if she's working any better. All right, we're back at the truck. Gonna get this thing reinstalled. I'm gonna get this clip plugged back in while it's loose so I can make sure it gets on there good. While I got it off the truck, looks like we're good there. Make sure to remove our paper towel, and then I'm gonna get this back mounted on here. These top two bolts are easier to get to, just a hand tighten in here, and then I'll get the other ones on there. All right, All right. All right, now we'll go ahead and get our air hose back on. If we can get it woven through here the right way. All right. Beautiful. Get these tightened up. All right, I think we're all buttoned back up. I got both my connections back in, both of my hose clamps on. Let's fire her up and see how she runs. All right, let's go give this thing a little fire up, see how she runs. It's really the main issue is after it was warmed up, kind of after I've been driving around, it would start to do the weird idle thing. It was never really when it was started and warming. All right, let's see what And don't mind my squeaky belt. That's a video for another day. Don't know if you can hear how she's running. We'll see what it does when we kind of get it to a operating temperature. So far, so good. I'm going to take it for a little test drive, get it warmed up a little bit, and then see how she does at the stops. Stay tuned. All right, well, we're taking her out for a little test drive. I'm going to get out of the neighborhood and onto a little bit of a highway just to get it warmed up a little faster than just cruising around the neighborhood. And then we'll stop at a couple spots and see if we're still having that same issue. The only problem is it doesn't really happen all the time. It was definitely getting more frequent. So it's not, if it doesn't happen right now, it doesn't necessarily mean it's fixed, but I'll just keep you guys posted as we go through the next several days, weeks, just to see if this was the fix for the issue we were having. So stay tuned. Let's get this thing warmed up. Our first stop, kind of before we're fully warmed up, seems to be doing pretty good. Let's keep cruising. Stop number 2, still doing pretty good. Let's keep going. Stop number 3 or 4, I don't remember. We're just kind of idling to a stop sign now, so we're not totally stopped yet. A couple cars in front of me. All right, so we finally made it to a stop, completely parked after the engine's warmed up. And I'm just going to sit here for just a little bit and see if I have that issue pop up again. Even before, you couldn't see the tachometer moving. You could still feel the engine kind of hesitating and stuttering a little bit. And I don't feel that now, so that's promising. Like I said, it doesn't always happen though, so it'll be interesting to keep an eye on this over the next couple weeks to see how she does. I'll keep you posted. All right, well, I just got back from our little test drive and it did really well. I didn't have any issues. I probably drove around for about, I don't know, 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, stopping frequently, just checking it out, as you saw a few clips. And it ran really well. It definitely has a smoother acceleration, like a smoother throttle response, which is another added bonus. And it just overall runs a little smoother, which is great. So I probably won't know for a little while, maybe another week or so, if it really fixed the issue I was trying to fix. But even if it doesn't, it's still running smoother than it was. So I think it's a success. Good way to spend the afternoon. Pretty easy job. I'm no mechanic by any means, but it's been fun just doing these kind of DIY stuff and getting the job done. So another successful endeavor. Anyway, thanks as always for tuning in. And we should be back to boat content next week. Once those parts are back in, get back to kind of restoring the old skiff. Been working on this Johnson motor and excited to get back to it and continue hacking away at making this thing run as good as possible. So until next time, thanks guys. Love you all. Subscribe to the channel, like, comment, do all those things. Helps me out a lot for sure. So anyway, love you guys. Peace.